Still will have to make one more pit stop.
The blue oval back in front of the field once again. Jason White brought them to the green flag to kick the season off, and now he's back leading laps at Daytona. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. The field is starting to line up going down the backstretch.
Really, they've been keeping an eye on my spotlight driver. There he is right there, Nelson Piquet Jr. And what great bloodlines Nelson Piquet Jr. has. His father, a three-time Formula One champion, one of 8 to win at least 3 or more championships. He won his championships back in the 80s. There's Nelson Piquet Sr. right there. 204 starts, 23 wins in the F1 series, 60 podium finishes, top 3 finishes, almost 1 out of 3.
I grew up watching him race those Formula One cars back in the day, and to see his son here, spotlight guy.
He's doing a nice job. Again, had a great run going last week in the ARCA race, was running up well into the top 10.
My spotlight driver, Brett Butler, is running up in the top 10 as well. He's 9th. Came by 9th last time in the FuelDoctor.com truck. So our guys are doing good.
Yeah, they're doing great.
Again, we have had 4 cautions. We're getting ready for the restart. 16 different trucks have been involved in accidents this evening. Green flag back in the air. Jason White on the inside, Timothy Peters on the outside.
Ty Bodine on the outside pushing Timothy Peters. Mike Skinner on the inside pushing Jason White.
See that neon green truck, the yellow truck of Matt Crafton? He's starting to creep a little bit closer to the front. He knows we're past halfway. The field's been narrowed down quite a lot. You think he's comfortable to run up there now?
I think he thinks that maybe most of the wrecking is done.
I think there's one more.
there might be.
I said most of the wrecking's done.
You're right.
Right.
Hey guys, just to give you an update on Timothy Peters on that last round of pit stops, they did fuel only. That helped him get in that position to be up front, and he and Mike Skinner have communicated back and forth through their spotters saying, I think these 2 trucks go together pretty well. Let's hook up and see if we can get to the front.
As oftentimes happen, you can have a plan like that and somebody gets in between and it doesn't work. Right now, Timothy Peters on the outside. He has Ty Bodine right behind him pushing him. Mike Skinner now on the inside behind Jason White.
Todd Bodine's on board looking forward. There's only 4 trucks in front of him.
Look at Mike Skinner pulled up, saw that Timothy Peters was coming, pulled up in front of Timothy Peters to jump in that outside lane.
Jason White not sure which direction to go right now, if he needed to block early on or hold to the yellow line on the bottom. He got a pretty good shove from Max Pappas and still battling for that lead with Mike Skinner.
Looked like he wanted to drift up there in front of Skinner, but then decided to stay down on the low side, and looked like it was going to work for him, but that outside line's got a good run. Looks like Skinner will lead.
How about teammates back about 3 or 4 rows back? Johnny Benson, 95 on the outside. The 46 of Dennis Setzer on the inside. Brand new race team, Team Gill Racing.
Gil Fenton involved in that race organization. The 23s drop back to the 4th spot now, but here comes that yellow number 88 of Matt Crafton, Ray.
And Rick, he's a little worried about waiting too late to get to the front, but as you guys speculated earlier, it was definitely a strategy move for him to get away from that big front group. And I walked down and asked Bud Hafele, his crew chief, is this on purpose? He said, absolutely. We wiped out 2 trucks on the very first lap from Thorsport, so we want to keep this one in and get to the finish. So Crafton been hanging back there in the back, but now Matt getting a little antsy. He said, I think maybe we better go see if we need to get to the front and see if one more pit stop we need any adjustments.
He's got a great truck right in front of him and Kyle Busch, so if he and Kyle Busch would work together, they could make their way to the front. Again, Kyle Busch being scored 18 laps down.
Matt Crafton has never had a top 5 finish here at Daytona. He's had a couple 8th place finishes.
You know, Chevrolet's never won here in Daytona, and it's not looking great tonight either, is it?
Right now, Matt Crafton is the leading Chevrolet. Chevrolets were so strong early with Hornaday and Elliott Sadler.
Ty Bodine gets a little squirrely in the middle of turns.
Sideways.
3 and 4 there.
It looks like
flat tire.
He's got a flat tire on that number 30, or that's the way it looks. He's slowing way down. Matt Crafton has to slow behind him as he slows down. The 6 of Donnie Neuenberger goes right down pit road.
And that's legal if Donnie will slow his speed down.
We saw Carl Edwards do that back in 2004, came back and won the race. Donnie Neuenberger's going, wow, what a ride.
There's Todd Bodine's casing from his tire.
What a great job by Todd Bodine to get to pit road. That was his goal. But what a great job by Donnie Neuenberger to use that pit road in order to keep from causing a wreck.
Right.
Sometimes it just works out right, guys, and Todd says, get ready, here I come. He rolled in, got tires on that one. They'll go back to the racetrack, and it looks like he may be able to stay on the lead lap.
How about Johnny Benson out front right there, our 2008 champion. Oh, Skinner wiggling coming off a corner.
Everybody's wiggling. It's a job out there. These trucks are a handful.
Johnny Benson, what a run he is having. How about the ride that Donnie Neuenberger had? Now that was legal. NASCAR has told him if you get forced onto pit road, all you have to do is slow your pace down. Just don't maintain your pace. Slow your pace down until you get back out on the racetrack, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, NASCAR said that was just perfectly fine. Nice job.
And you know what you like is Donnie was heads up. He saw issues. He knew that was an option, and he took it. Great job.
There weren't many other options than that one, though. Going that speed.
Yeah, the grass may have been an option. That's not a good one. We've seen that happen a couple times this week.
The high line has our leader, Johnny Benson, in the number 95 back in front. Again, the 18 is 18 laps down.
Johnny's getting all loose up there, too.
Yeah, these trucks are really wiggling all over the racetrack. They're a handful. There's no question about it.
Mike Skinner running second, just behind the 95. The 17 of Timothy Peters running third. Take another look at what happened to that 30 on the right side of your screen.
Todd realizes he has a flat tire. He jumps up to the high side. Matt Crafton gets hung in behind him, and then Donnie Neuenberger comes along there and has, as you mentioned, has absolutely nowhere to go but down pit road.
And then Todd's tire came off right as he was getting to the commitment line on pit road.
Carcass of the tire comes off.
He was running in the 4th position when that happened. Now he's being scored 18th. Ray.
Johnny Benson said on the radio just recently that maybe they've got the front end of this truck just a little bit too low. As he rolls through the bumps in the center of the corner, he said it's really a handful, jumping around all through the center of the corner.
The main thing about Todd Bodine's move there, Rick, he got right to pit road, and he stayed on the lead lap. He's about to go a lap down. These trucks are gaining on him quickly, but then he'll be in a position to get the Aaron's lucky dog. So he saved himself at least a lap by getting to pit road the way he did. It was a little bit hairy there for a couple of guys, but for Todd, it was the right move to make.
And really still in contention for this win.
Certainly.
Closing rate. So amazing. Oh, Mike Skinner
trouble.
gets wild. He gets into the outside wall, trying to keep it off the inside line. He goes into the outside wall. Jason White slows, and looks like there was no contact, but a very close call for him. The caution has come out once again.
Back straightaway.
Back straightaway.
Going straight.
Going straight. Straightest part of the racetrack. Looks like Jason White might have got into the outside wall ever so slightly.
Just a couple trucks involved in this one. We saw the 39 of Ryan Sieg making some contact with one of the trucks out on the racetrack. But how about Mike Skinner? Such a strong race truck tonight, and this is the way it's going to end.
We had more trucks to the carnage.
Bump drafting.
Yep. Timothy Peters pulls up to the back bumper.
Gets a hold of him and doesn't let him go.
Yep.
Into the wall, and then right back into the wall, and then coming in here, the 39 is trying to stop.
Oh, both those guys. Jason White gets into the outside wall. Looked like lightly, though. He might be okay, but he definitely got into the wall.
There's another view here from the
now, do you see
turn 3 camera.
You see how different what Ricky Carmichael did to Ron was than that? You could tell Timothy Peters got a hold to Mike, and he just didn't let him go. That's a bad mistake.
Lifted the back end off the ground. I mean, that was what happened with Mike Skinner here. Oh, how close for the 12 of Mario Goslin, just clearing that.
You know, you wish that these drivers could be up here and watch what we watch, or see the replays, because I'm telling you, if they would have seen the replays with Ron Hornaday's incident, this incident would have never happened.
Oh, he just watch. You can see that how this looks so much different than the last time we had this problem on the back straight. We can see how long they're tied together, and it just knocks Mike right out of the way.
And guys, remember, Timothy Peters is trying to help Mike Skinner. He's not trying to hurt him. He's not trying to turn him around. He's trying to help him.
That looked like pretty significant hit for Jason White too, Phil, from that blimp shot.